It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 ABC. This is episode 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3
of the Outcast Podcast. Check. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? We are live right now on Twitch. Thanks to our Twitch listeners. We're also live on Facebook. I'd like to thank everybody tuning in on the Facebook. And we're live on YouTube as always, plus Spotify and all the places that you find your podcasts. We are the show where a black man, Memphis.
What up?
A white man, Tomcat.
That's me.
And a brown man, Ramo.
Yeah.
We all walk in to do a podcast, and, well, we're thankful that you're listening and making us one of the top podcasts in the country, and for that, we thank you.
That's dope.
And our sponsors as well.
Yes.
So thank you to Manscaped. We stay Manscaped around here.
We do.
You sure
Thanks
do.
to Manscaped.com.
Feels great.
Use our code OUTCAST when you check out.
Do it.
We have a jam-packed show full of great topics. Some sad, some happy, some crazy. I'm excited about one. We'll talk about it later in the show, but a video game has come out, and I can't believe I haven't played it yet.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that coming up.
Do tell.
We also, of course, have the assassination attempt on our president that we will all have an opportunity to discuss here today.
Sure.
And unfortunately, since that took a lot of the headlines over the weekend, I feel like some people didn't get their proper due.
Agreed.
Also, no one on the show. So far, our death pool has been very good for people that are on it because we cannot pick anyone that's going to die.
This is
I
true.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And I
Totally.
will say that Donald Trump himself was on the death pool,
Oh,
even though
wait.
he was on there last year,
Oh,
so
he-
maybe he got protected by last year's death pool.
Yeah, because Ramo had him on his list last
You're
year.
welcome, sir.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But the people that were on over the weekend, it all began on July 11th, which was last Thursday. We had Shelly Duvall pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who was she again?
She was in the movie The Shining.
Yeah.
The
mom,
wife.
The wife, yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
She was also like olive oil in all like the Popeye movies.
Right, with
The original
Robin
Robin
Williams.
Williams.
She played a
Yeah.
perfect olive oil.
Nice.
She did. Now, was she married to Robert Duvall or his mom?
I'm not
Because
sure.
she's pretty old.
I mean, he's
But Robert
pretty
Duvall's
old, too.
pretty old, too.
They
Yeah.
might be brother
I'll
and
look up
sister or
who her
something.
husband was.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall passed away. I remember from the Popeye movies with
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
And she was a big deal in the 70s. Like, she did a lot of movies.
Well, she was the first one to pass away. She died last Thursday, just when we got off the air. Then by Sunday, we had lost Dr. Ruth.
Yeah.
We had
Oh,
lost
Richard
Simmons and
yeah.
Shannon Doherty. And also, more recently, we lost, there was Kobe Bryant's dad passed
Yeah,
away.
Kobe
Kobe
Bryant.
That's
Bryant.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Jacoby Jones.
And
too.
then Jacoby Jones, the NFL player. So actually, they say things come in 3, but this came in 5.
Well,
Was
you
it
know,
5?
Everything's getting more
Yeah.
expensive now. Prices, gas,
The way people die.
groceries. Yeah, people die. Just numbers
Is that,
are going up.
is that an inflation
Temperature?
That kind of sound like it was.
It's an everything joke.
Oh,
Well, let's
gosh.
pay a little homage to
Yes, please.
some of these people, like Richard Simmons. All I can think of, you guys could all say what you think of when you think of him, but I just think of small gym shorts and him sweating to the oldies. We do have a clip here. If we could roll the tape.
Oh, yeah.
This is
There
here.
he is.
These were the videos I remember seeing
me
in the
too.
80s. Everybody's mom wanted to sweat to the oldies. Do
I
we
wanna
have,
hear
do
the
we have any
disco.
sound on this or no?
Yeah.
Can you guys bring up? Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that.
My mom loved these videos, dude. She would do them all the time. She bought them all.
Sweating to the oldies. It became a big thing where
It was.
workout videos were not a really big thing until Richard Simmons.
And what's her name? What's the other lady that started doing them?
Suzanne Summers.
Yeah, she was big. And
Her.
Denise Richardson was also
Yeah.
another one.
Remember the 20-minute workout that used to come on regular national TV?
It only took me 2 minutes to get that workout out.
Me too.
They got
And
a
that's
whole,
on a good day.
they got a whole band in there.
I can't believe that this was so popular now, watching it some 40 years later.
Yeah, it's
but
like, what were they thinking?
Good song.
Richard Simmons, what a character, and he turned that fitness into big money. Remember, he would go on Oprah and he would talk about how he would change fat people's lives. They'd always have
He
this
did.
600-pounder.
Right.
And Richard Simmons would be there. Hey, I'm gonna. And he was very flamboyant.
Maybe he came away, made up that deal a meal thing where it had the card and they would like have to take the card out of one slot and put it in the other when they had that meal.
I remember
or
that.
amount of food for the day.
I remember that.
He was worth $20 million at the time that he died, so he
nice.
he knew how to make money. With
Yeah,
that,
I
with that
mean,
fitness.
He did.
teaching people to do something they should already know how to do. Nice hustle.
So what happened was when he died, he fell down, and it was his birthday.
He didn't
that
have
night.
life alert.
Oh.
His 76th birthday recently, and he fell down. And his housekeeper wanted him to go to the doctor. He wouldn't go, and he went to sleep, and he didn't wake up.
Oh boy,
That's what
He
happened.
probably hit his head.
that's why
Some
the first
kind of
thing I
concussion.
thought.
Remind
That's
you
the first
of
thing I thought.
the guy from Full House.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Yeah.
Babs.
So if you
Brain
hit your head, you
aneurysm.
got to go to the doctor. But he said it was his birthday, and he definitely didn't want to go. And if he felt better, he would go Saturday and get checked out. And he went to bed on his birthday.
Yeah. If you got like bleeding from the brain or something, some type of contusion or concussion,
Well,
serious.
They're investigating his death at this point. It is an
Ooh.
investigation. Not that they're saying
Yeah.
anything about foul play,
Oh,
but
okay.
they're looking into it.
dun dun dun.
It is Hollywood, you know.
It
Somebody
is.
may have hit his head. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I know that Pauly Shore is working on doing like a biopic.
he'd be the perfect
Like,
person
Yeah,
to
he
play
would.
him.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
would.
would.
He would be great at playing Richard Simmons.
Hell
I
yeah.
hope he's able to get this done. You know,
Agreed.
Richard Simmons went into hiding too, like wasn't out in the public.
Uh,
See if we can find any newer footage of Richard Simmons from the truck. If we could get the guys back there, look for some newer footage of him. I don't think he looked terrible. Of course, he's going to look older. He's in his 70s from the videos we showed here 40 years ago.
He's still sweating.
But he looked like he was sweating.
Sweating more, I'm sure. But
Oh gosh.
But I do remember, and just like you're saying, recently he had been recluse, and there was some talk of his like housekeeper was
I
taking
remember that
over
too.
control of him and wasn't letting him out, and people were, where's Richard? We haven't seen him in forever, and somebody's keeping him hidden in his house, but he would come out with these statements and say, no, I'm cool, I'm just chilling.
Here's
Netflix and chill.
Here's some footage, but it's hard to make out if that's. Oh, there he is, looking a little older.
There he
Still
is.
skinny.
No, that's not him.
That's out in front of his house where he passed away.
Yeah, nice
But-
show.
R.I.P. Richard Simmons.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
he was a good
He
guy.
He looks great there.
Yeah.
Look.
Yes, one of the good guys, Richard Simmons.
Yeah. Nice
he was always
fro.
in shape.
He had that nice fro too going on. Oh, always the curly hair.
And I know we lost Kobe. Well, how many years has it been since Kobe's gone? At least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I thought it was
But
longer.
his dad passed away at 69.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's a
69.
former NBA player.
Yeah.
His name was
Jelly
Jelly
Bean.
Bean?
Yep.
Jelly
yeah,
Bean.
and they used to call Kobe Bean.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
one
you know.
was Jelly Bean, one was Bean. I think his middle name, Kobe Bean
Yeah,
Bryant,
Bean,
It is.
yeah.
his middle name.
And people thought he did drugs. See? It's not cool.
Kobe died in a helicopter crash 4 years ago.
Mhm.
And Joe had a great basketball mind, it says here. He taught Kobe from a very early age that Mamba mentality.
For
He-
sure.
Kobe was dope, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was.
Work hard.
Kobe's dad also coached in the WNBA for a few years and was a pretty good player. If we have any of the footage, I don't know if we could roll some of the footage we have. There's Kobe and his dad. Now, I did hear that there was somewhat of a falling out
Yeah.
later in life because something to do with money. It always comes down to money.
Of
That's-
course.
That sucks.
Something about money.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good their relationship was when Kobe died at that moment. I don't think that they were speaking too much. Vanessa, his new wife, or his wife at the time he died, she wasn't a big fan of his parents, I guess. But there's some highlights of him. Look at him.
That's
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
He
He's
got
up
some
there.
ups.
Yeah, he does.
Hell yeah.
Them high ass socks.
I know. I was looking at the socks. Those are great socks.
Was he wearing Chuck Taylors?
Yeah, it probably was.
That's great.
So Richard Simmons goes down. Joe Bryant goes down at 69. We
Shannon
also
Doherty.
had Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
her? She had battled cancer for the last, 7-8 years.
Jeez.
There she goes.
Now, this is her and Luke, and they were shooting a scene here on the beach, and it's kind of an outtake because the water got too much on them and kind of blasted them, so they had to cut, But they had a little outtake scene.
It's sad that she passed away so young. I think she's 55, 56 years old.
Something like that.
She died.
No. She's my age. She was born in 71.
So that makes her what, 53? 52.
52.
Yeah, don't be that.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we lost her, but it got me to thinking about that show, 90210. Did all of you guys watch the 90210
Yeah.
show?
And not like I didn't really watch it.
I
It was
knew
a
of
big
it.
thing, and
Right.
it's just like
Oh,
Game of Thrones
bullshit.
for me.
Don't
I did
try
not
to
watch
act
it.
like
Yeah,
tough
don't
guy.
act like you didn't watch
No,
it.
Everybody
no,
watched.
Everybody
they
watched
didn't.
that. Yeah, everybody watched
Ramo, I'm with
90210.
Ramo, me and you, buddy.
I don't.
I did not watch that show.
And I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, guys that watch it are good." No, it was a cool show. I just wasn't into that shit. Like, relax, calm down. Nobody's attacking your manhood, gentlemen. Relax. All right,
I don't
it's
think
cool. It's cool.
I don't think nobody took it like that. But
Yeah. What do you mean? You attacked us like you about? Are you ready to punch Tomcat? I saw that your arm like kind of went up, the elbow
what
motion.
the hell are you
I thought,
talking about?
See.
He's a he's a Luke Perry fan. That's why.
He
He's
is.
like,
Hey,
"Yeah."
man,
He
Perry
is,
was a
yeah,
cool
yeah.
dude, man. He was in a lot of good stuff after 90210.
He was like
really
the
good.
'90s Fonzie.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Boom.
Yeah.
I do know that in my school, people started dressing all the way they dress, rolling up their sleeves, and doing
Preppy
all
and
the preppy
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
See how their sleeves are rolled up? We were doing, oh yeah,
Weird.
doing our hair.
Oh, 90210
I had hair back
and
then. I
shit.
had the hair wave.
Yeah.
So which one? Memphis out of you had Tori Spelling who played Donna.
Right.
You had Jenny Garth who was Kelly.
Garth.
You had the nerdy girl who wore the glasses, Andrea. She was pretty, I thought.
You locked him?
Mm-hmm.
Also, of course, Brenda was Shannon Doherty.
Right.
Of the women of 90210,
Yes, sir.
which one, were you rocking with?
Andrea, because she's the bigger freak.
Oh yeah, you think so? She was
Yeah.
kind of the nerd though.
Yeah, nerds, man, nerds are some of the biggest freaks. Listen, let me tell you something, fellas. Find you a nerd. Find you a nerd. I'm telling you.
Is that what you got me?
Yeah, I got a nerd.
Nice.
My wife a rocket scientist.
Mine too. She's
Now
pretty smart.
You didn't watch the show, Tomcat, because you're too bravado and too cool. You're definitely not a beta.
Sorry. Sorry.
But do you remember Donna, Kelly, the nerdy girl, the Brenda? Was there one that you had your eye on? You seem like
I would say I would probably be. Wait, the brunette is Shannon Doherty. So I think Kelly probably.
the blonde.
Yeah, the blonde.
Well, Donald's blonde too.
I see. I'm selling myself out here because I know all their names, so I can't really say that I didn't watch the show. I mean, I watched a little bit of the show, but I didn't like rush on to watch it.
Right.
Mm-mm.
What about you, Ray? You got a favorite of the
Oh,
90210 girls?
definitely. What was her name? The young lady.
The
who
blonde
just-
one?
No.
Brunette?
Shannon Doherty.
Shannon. Yeah, I
There you
liked
go.
her character. Yeah. Oh no, Shannon. I
Brenda.
thought she was cute as hell. Her blue eyes and
She didn't have blue eyes.
didn't she?
No.
I'm sure she did, but she's still fine.
We didn't have HD back in those days. You really couldn't tell what color their eyes were.
I always thought they were blue for certain reasons.
Mhm.
Hey, let me live in my fantasy, all right?
Yep. And
Trust me,
this,
her eyes are
She was a
blue.
White Walker.
the news was definitely. I had a hard time finding news for my, my news segment at the end because it was like all assassination all the time this weekend.
It could have been a six-pack of dead celebrities if Trump would have, I guess, turned his head ever so slightly a different direction.
Or not
Yeah.
turned his head is actually.
He did, yeah, because I saw the
'Cause
video.
he
It
was
looked
looking
like
at
he
the
kind of
chart.
turned. Yeah.
He's looking at this chart over here, and he
looked like
looked at the
kinda
last second. They have a line of sight thing that the doctor showed where it shows the line of sight
I saw that.
and how, because where the shooter was over here. So when he shot, if you turn your head just like that, it just boop, goes by your ear. I mean,
I wonder if maybe he heard like
insane.
a pop or something like
There
in
it
the
is.
back of his
look,
head.
Look, there's the line of
That
sight
right
thing.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
saw
mean, the
that. That's
amount
pretty crazy.
the amount of turn is just
Crazy. And he does that a lot too. So
Yeah,
that,
he does.
It's interesting.
to survive a volley of fire from an AR-15
Yeah, that's
aimed at your head from
That's-
150 yards away.
Well,
amazing.
we have a group text that we share ideas and videos and
Shit.
talk shit sometimes. And in the group text, I was watching, I think, the Cubs baseball game, and Tomcat texted and said, President Trump shot. So I Googled it, and I didn't see anything. That's how quickly he had texted us in the group text.
Were you
I was watching it live, and that's
Awesome.
kind of what I was going to talk about is how it was watching it live.
Crazy,
and
I
it was
bet.
like, because live,
Had to be terrible.
when at first I thought he got bit by a mosquito, and even
Something,
he
sure.
said in his interview, it was like being bit by the world's biggest mosquito.
Sure.
So I was like, that's quite a reaction to a mosquito. Then he dropped. As soon as he dropped, I knew he
did.
was getting shot at.
Yeah.
And you didn't see anybody get shot in the background. But for a minute when he was down, I didn't know if he was alive or dead for like a minute. And it was crazy for that minute because it's like, is he dead? Is he alive? And then you know,
Then
he
he
got
came
back
up,
up and
yeah.
got all wild, and it was just like,
Yeah.
that was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Hopefully
in my
by
life.
that time they had got the all clear. They had got him. So that's what I'm banking on, is that they knew, like, all right, we got him. Like, he's safe. You can get him out of there.
Mistakes were made by the
Sure.
Secret Service in
Sure.
securing the building that the shooter was on.
Sure,
For
100%.
negligence at best, you know, something more nefarious at worst. Who
Yeah.
knows? But that guy was on the ground 30 minutes before the shooting with a rangefinder, people reported.
Yeah.
And then he was on that building for at least a minute. And then they were saying, there he is, there he is, there he is. And then the sniper apparently didn't have any authority to take him out until he fired. The guy shot. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing. The sniper shot him even without authority once he saw the puff of smoke. And then there are reports that the sniper got in trouble for shooting the guy. And that's creepy.
I
The
doubt that.
whole shit's creepy. But yeah, I'm not. That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
confirmed.
Yeah.
What's
That
up with the
much.
guy in the background? And we could roll that back ever so slightly.
So that is John
See
Kennedy
the guy he's
Jr.
like pointing at right now?
That's JFK Jr. in the background.
I've heard the conspiracies that this guy is a
Wait,
Kennedy.
Wait,
You
what?
see him with the with like
Watch,
the
see him right
derby
there
hat?
with the derby hat, right there at the far left, right next, right there.
This
Yep.
guy
Up in the
is
upper-
definitely.
Oh, I see him with the
The-
like the 5 o'clock shadow.
If you look
6
up,
o'clock shadow.
this is
At
the
the
guy.
10
yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
If you look up JFK Jr. now, you will see a picture of this man right here.
Really?
Now, whether that is JFK Jr. or not, this is the man that people
It's
are
hilarious.
saying is JFK Jr. That's for sure.
Interesting.
There's a lot of conspiracies already that are swirling around the
That's
internet
hilarious.
about this. I would
That's
say
funny.
the
Isn't it
biggest
weird?
the biggest question I would have in the whole situation is the Secret Service and why they would allow that building to go unmanned, and why I guess they go there 7 days prior to. They do a site check.
Sure.
And well, I don't see why they wouldn't see that particular building. That would be the best place if you were going to try to take somebody out. So it does seem like there was a dropping of the ball from the Secret Service. And there's people saying that it was staged to try to rally the base of Donald Trump. I've heard that.
There's a lot of stuff going out there. To me, it seems like what has seemed to be the typical problem that we've been having here in this country for quite some time is that, you know, sometimes, unfortunately for the gun laws we have, and I get it, man, people want to have their guns, it's their right, like, what's going to end up happening is sometimes people with mental issues get a hold of one. And I think, unfortunately, that's what happened in this case, because all reports state that this kid was Republican, you know, all about Donald Trump and all that. Like,
He hated Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, see,
He was a registered Republican, but he also donated $15 to a Democrat super PAC the day Joe Biden was elected. So there's conflicting.
there
reports.
is, from what I understand.
He definitely was not a Trump supporter because he
I know.
shot Donald Trump in the head. So there's
I mean,
that.
I mean, obviously, if you're sick like that, like, he obviously has some reasons with it, but I can't, from all the reports I heard, like, the people he hung out with, the people he knew and that he
No.
did
This
stuff
guy
with,
was
that they
Black
had.
Bloc Antifa.
they had
Portland
tried-
Black Bloc Antifa.
they had
That's who he was
tried-
hanging out with.
They had Trump
That's true.
Trump signs
No.
in his yard. And
No,
stuff
he
like
did
that.
not have Trump sign in his
neighbors.
yard. I
I
saw.
don't know. I don't know.
do
I'm just saying, that's what I'm
Listen,
saying.
not
These
trying
are
to
the
get crazy with
reports.
you, but you're saying
These are the
stuff that is
reports
not
that
true
I've
right now.
seen.
This
These
is
are the
not
reports.
true.
I don't know. Well,
It's not true, dude. The lady who hands out yard signs in his neighborhood, I saw her. What she said, and she said she has never put yard signs. She's never given them Republican yard signs, and they are not on the Republican mailing list. He has no social media platform. He has no. Try to find his Facebook. It's gone. It doesn't exist.
They
It's
probably
all-
took it down.
It's all weird. I don't know, but listen,
Yeah.
the kid is not he was registered Republican,
Sure.
but clearly he shot Donald Trump. So,
No,
he
so
hates
obviously
Donald Trump.
he had a problem. Sure, 100%. I'm not saying, but that's
Also,
what I'm saying.
his mom was a
There's-
registered Democrat.
there's-
Dad registered libertarian. So
Listen, there's
he's-
people with mental issues, and with all the stuff that it goes on and everything, it's not hard for them to attain weapons that can really hurt people.
Let me
and we're
just say real
finding it
quick.
out the hard way.
Let me just say real quick, I do want to give my heartfelt condolences to the family
Please.
of Corey.
Dude, yes.
Corey Cannon-Dory. I
100%.
want to say his
He,
name
he
right
was
here.
shielding his daughters.
He
from
was.
that.
Corey
He's
Cannon-Dory. He was
great
shielding
guy.
his two daughters and his wife. He died a hero. And
did.
also David Dutch, who was a Marine Corps vet who walked himself down from the stands holding his wound. And
Oh,
James Koppenheimer.
sucks.
So, yeah, big
no
time,
doubt.
man.
Hats off to
you
them
know,
guys. 100%.
Big heartfelt condolences to them, and it's disgusting. They went to a political rally and then left dead One guy dead, didn't leave, and then 2 people are in critical condition.
100%. That should not
Gotta
happen.
tone down the shit.
100%.
Even me.
Everybody.
Tone down the shit.
I'm with you. No, I agreed.
Well,
Agreed.
and
All of us.
If you look at history, we've had too many of these happen.
100%. Yes.
Abe Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, John F. Kennedy is the big one that a lot of people remember.
It don't make sense.
And it seems like after these assassinations or assassination attempts, like with Ronald Reagan, it brought the country together. You know, we usually would rally around that because I don't know a whole lot of people that would support killing a presidential nominee just because you don't believe in his politics.
100%.
So I'm hoping that this will bring the country together. We haven't heard much out of Memphis. Do you think that the country can come together after something like this happens, or do you think it's going to separate the country?
I don't see how people can come together for it. People can condone it, that's just like the dude or not. Like, you don't take a shot at them. That's just that's just bad. And not only what what that showed is our people that are real enemies that are out there. You guys are giving them the playbook on how to attack us. Those of you out there that are afraid like that, you know. But that's just bad. But no, I don't also see it bringing us together. I mean, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but issues are still issues. You know, things that are in play are still there. Nothing stops. So, no, this is in no way.
I have seen the separation on the internet. I tried to fly at 50,000 feet and look at both sides, and I was hoping that maybe this would bring us together. But unfortunately, on the internet, it seems like it is dividing us more. And then the timing of it goes right into the RNC, where the Republican mouthpieces can say what they've got to say, and then it goes right into the Democratic big
DNC.
Celebration, the DNC that they're going to have here next week, I believe, from Chicago. So it goes right into politics, which, as they say, divided we fall, together we conquer. What's the old saying?
It goes, together we stand, divided we fall. I will say that the RNC, which happened this weekend, they are
still happening.
The Republicans are more together than they've ever been. You got Nikki Haley talking she just talked last night. And after Donald Trump almost got assassinated, everybody kind of sees what they almost lost. And it's a terrible thing everyone had to go to. But I promise you, you've never seen the Republican Party as together as this one is right now.
Oh, they've been together really good.
That's good. The country at large, I mean, what are you going to do? Can't make everybody happy. But as far as a party, the Republican Party is as strong as it's ever been, tight as far as being together.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Donald Trump show up at the RNC with the bandage on the side of his head. And I did see Nikki Haley last night endorsing Donald Trump, which seemed really crazy to see after you heard all the things that the two of them said about each other.
Well, have you heard of the things that his VP has said about him, too?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, he did call him Hitler in the past.
Yeah, he went in on him a couple times.
He did.
So how did
seen
this
those,
guy,
I was like, damn.
Tomcat, how did this new VP,
J.D.
Vance, go from calling
It's a huge bandage.
calling him a Hitler to 4 years later now being his VP? It seems like they've come a long way, the two of them.
Was he a bad boy here? Was he a bad boy there?
They have come a long way. J.D. Vance called Donald Trump Hitler. He said that Donald Trump won him over after 4 years. He liked his policies, and he was a hardliner, never Trumper in 2016. But by 2020, he was voting for Trump, and he liked Trump. So the reason J.D. Vance wasn't my pick, but I think that he's a good pick because Trump feels comfortable with him. Also, he wrote a book called Hillbilly Elegy, and
I heard about that.
I checked the book out yesterday. It's really good. It's about his fierce Meemaw, which is his grandma and how she raised him, and they came up in abject poverty, addiction. His mom was an addict. His sister was an addict, and he stayed straight and narrow and then got the nomination for vice president. So he's a hillbilly. He's a hillbilly story. So
it's a good story.
What was the original question? Who is he? Is that it?
Yeah, the original question is how do you get from hating him to being his VP? Like, something has happened, obviously, from calling him Hitler to running alongside of him.
He says
boosts his career.
From his own words that I saw, well, he's been
That's what I
running
saw
alongside.
That's what I saw, too.
I mean, there's that argument to be made, but
sure.
He said that Trump won him over from 2016 to 2020 with policies. And I guess, unlike other people, some people were really mad about January 6th, which I kind of think if you look at the timeline with this dude, this kid, he probably got all. That's what got this kid probably all crazy. But that's neither here nor there. The kid that shot at Trump. But J.D. Vance, that probably didn't bother him. So he's been by Trump's side the whole time. So that's maybe why he picked him.
The big headline from the other side is I keep hearing CNN say they're still wanting President Biden to step aside and call a new candidate. And I was talking to my old man about it. I was like, it seems like it's kind of late to swap candidates. He was like, well, usually at the convention, that's when they announce who's going to be on the ticket.
Yeah.
He's saying that there's still possibly a chance, and I guess there could be a chance because people are still talking about it.
I don't think
that they will swap him out at the convention, and all of a sudden we will have a new candidate on the Democratic side.
I don't think important enough people are making those comments. It's just outliers that are probably trying to get noticed for saying something in a situation that could be questionable or not. But I mean, all the things point to that the Democratic Party is fine and they're figuring their way out. And, you know, I'm Republican myself, you know, but probably won't be voting that ticket this year.
Just like the shooter.
Well, you know, I don't believe in the policies. No, it's cool. It's cool. But hey, whatever you think, like that's what you're hearing. I hear different things. You know what I'm saying? And there could be other reasons.
Oh, that the kid is. He's definitely not Republican. I mean, if he was, he hates Donald Trump. There's no telling. I mean, obviously, he's not a Trumper. He shot him.
Okay, but when somebody's insane or not thinking right, or could be going through some stuff.
Look, this kid was
I don't know.
His classmates say he was very intelligent. He won a science award.
That's what I'm saying. And those are usually the craziest
He was at the
ones.
shooting range the day before this, and then he went and bought ammunition and a ladder the day of, went to it. So he was smart enough to plan it all out.
No, 100%. I'm not saying no, but people that have that mindset could have something not right with them
for sure
that make them do shit. Like, I mean, because anybody, that's not some shit you would do. Like, if Biden was coming to fucking downtown to fucking Sky Bar, you're not gonna rent a hotel next door and try to take them out. No matter how much you like. But I'm just saying, normal people don't think like that. Like, there's something else going on with this kid that we don't know about. And we'll figure it out. I'm sure they got the best people on it. So let's see what happens with all that. Let's just thank God that nothing more terrible happened, and pray for him and his family and that. Yeah, exactly. And that we can move forward as a country. It's not the first time some shit like that has happened to us. And it's not probably going to be the last time until we figure our problems out. But we need to understand that what makes this country what we all believe it is and can be is us, the people that are in it, not them. All right. What they're fighting for and doing is about making money and keeping the country on top of other countries. We got to take care of each other, because I can promise you, like, a lot of laws that are being made, probably on both sides, aren't benefiting us as much as they should be.
Did you guys see the heat that the Secret Service took? And I saw a lot of
for the girls
with the women.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of that on the internet.
I do feel bad for them.
National news shows where some of them were questioning: are we hiring the best people for the job?
The best of the best of the best.
Well, I'm not going to.
Or are we just giving the job to a lesbian to say that, hey, we have a lesbian on staff?
Wow,
that's Gentry.
Well, I mean, that's what people are saying.
I feel like I don't know if the lady. That's kind of going far. I was going to say you need to be able to carry the person you're guarding and be eye to eye with them. Size. As long as the woman is as big as the person she's guarding and can carry them, she's good to go. In my book. But those women that were too small, and then his head's out
above him,
and that's how he was able to be like fucking
they should have covered him up.
She was right here. Like, if one of the bigger guys was there, he may not have ever been able to do that.
Right.
Because the other guys would have been over him.
I mean, I find it hard to believe, though, that they did not have somebody that was in charge of their security team. Like, yeah, perhaps they get help from the government as far as Secret Service people and probably even local authorities to help them out on the regular streets and blockading things off and shit like that. But there's got to be a fucking point person on his team or somebody that's overlooking that shit. If not, I feel bad for the guy, dude. He doesn't have anybody looking after his back. That's fucking priority number one. And if he doesn't have that point person, what the fuck is he doing? Like, seriously, he should be concerned about that. All of them should be, because
Secret
there's
Service
crazy
gotta tighten
people.
up. They gotta
Yeah, I
tighten
mean,
up. Yeah,
everybody.
imagine, imagine like Iran, China. They're like, if a 20-year-old kid could
Right.
do that, what could we do?
Right.
How, what could we do with 5 snipers?
Yeah.
You know what I
Did I
mean?
not
Instead of
just say
1,
that?
like idiots.
Did I not just say
Like,
that?
yeah, no, you're very,
You
no,
did,
you're
yeah.
very, you're very
They-
right.
it-
They need to
Sure.
tighten this shit the fuck down.
True. No, that's no
That's
question.
the biggest explaining that needs to be done is how do you drop the ball on that and allow
a tough
somebody to get
Well-
within 130 yards on a building. And
Line of sight.
if we could play a video that I've been told that's been somewhat taken down on YouTube, we had to dig for it. But if I don't know if you've seen it. Maybe you haven't seen the guy with the red hair drinking a beer.
Oh yeah, his hat. Of course.
He claims that he saw it go on for 2 or 3 minutes before they did anything. If we have that video, if we could roll that. Here's the
We
guy.
couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3
crazy.
minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's pretty wild.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
so
yeah.
wild
That's a
because a
crazy
lot of
story,
times
yeah.
it's like when these things happen, it's like, was the shooter in the grassy knoll? Where's the shooter? It's like,
They saw him.
there he is.
Yeah.
The whole crowd sees him. It's just, and
It's
the
mind-boggling.
timeline is really weird because he's sitting there saying, I'm telling a sharpshooter that's on a roof adjacent to this guy
Yeah,
that has a
deserves.
higher position than
It
this
looks
guy.
like they're looking at him.
And they're not shooting him. And then supposedly the cops were staging inside that building. There have been reports. The Secret Service head's name, her name is Kim Cheadle. She should step down immediately. And I just think it's crazy. It's crazy that they dropped the ball like that and they didn't rope that. When they first saw that kid and they called it in, the one cop climbed up, saw him, right? He pointed the gun at the cop, and the cop then disengaged and fell back down. While that cop didn't engage, he probably saved Trump's life, because imagine if he would have fired those bullets 10 seconds sooner. His head isn't in the position it's in. So even if that cop who went up there, climbed up and got the dude to turn around and change his position and then go back, he may have all those people yelling at the guy, freaking the guy out, getting the guy to not have a clean shot, they saved
Sure.
his life.
Yeah,
Because
possibly.
I can see that. I can see that.
because that dude would have had all the time in the world to make that
yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
This guy was a member. He wanted to get into the gun club in high school, but they wouldn't let him in because he was not a good enough shot.
Well, he
And
proved
then-
them wrong.
And then,
He
yeah.
proved them wrong.
And then, he proved him right, kind of. He
Well,
did
he
shoot
might-
some people, but he shot from where Trump was all the way up to the top of the stands. He hit a guy at the top of the stands.
That's crazy.
But he also was a member of the gun club where he lived, and he went to that gun club
right.
and fired. Was
Yeah, I
shooting
heard
the
he
day
was
before.
into like guns and stuff like that.
He was also
into
wearing
shooting
the
too.
merch of a popular YouTuber, and that YouTuber has come out, denounced it obviously. But he had like this merch of like pro gun merch that's
Right.
YouTube, on
Sure.
a ranch where they blow shit up and shoot
Right,
guns. Those
sure.
are popular. I like
Well,
them.
It does
Well,
really
You
seem
say
I like them.
I mean,
I'm
when
a big
you
fan.
I mean,
I've
when you
never seen one, but
when you promote stuff like that, you got to think people gonna go through it.
That's
you know what I'm
just it.
saying?
You know what I'm
and
saying?
then
Yeah.
there are no safety net. Where
it's sad.
it's
We got to fix it.
the gun laws is. I don't. You take people guns, but you got to
Never.
make them more harder to get them, because he obviously should not have had that weapon.
Whatever
It
he
was
Yeah,
his
yeah.
dad's gun. He told his dad apparently that he borrowed the gun to was going to go to the shooting range again. which is kind of weird because as soon as Trump got shot, his dad called the police immediately. How did his dad know his son shot Trump if he thought his son was going to the shooting range?
Unless he went looking for a gun and was like, "Oh, my rifle gone," and my fucking son might have did it.
Trumpster started a GoFundMe for the victims. It's got like $4 million already in it, so that's good.
Good deal.
Helping out.
It does really seem like we're like living in a movie or a simulation. Like everything is really getting
we
wild.
have a freaking TV star running for president. I mean, come on now.
Well, we had a movie star in
And
Ronald
it is.
Reagan.
Ronald
the last
Reagan.
time we had a
But he wasn't a felon.
That's true.
He was not a felon.
We're
That's
stepping it up, folks.
Well, yeah.
porn
every year
stars and
Yes. You're getting
Oh
more
and
more
hillbillies.
even.
Now you add a hillbilly to the mix with J.D. Vance. I mean, it's really becoming a Hollywood flick.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
I'm just hoping that we as the
Is he
people,
Jed?
that we as the people, I think, need to come together.
Yes,
We do.
100%. Because it's us.
We all
dude.
want the same thing, right?
We
We all
do.
want liberty, prosperity, freedom
For
to do whatever we
everybody.
want. Yeah.
For everybody, whether you dress like a woman or act like one.
We're doing
or
it.
you're
We're
a
doing
guy
it
or
right
you're-
here. We
like,
all we have different
whatever. I don't
ideas.
care.
These two are both Virgos. I'm an Aries, which is completely the opposite.
My wife is an Aries.
What are
dude.
you,
Our
Gentry?
house is
Leo.
Leo. See, so we got some strong
boy.
signs
My
here.
sons are Leos. And my
We're
daughter.
getting along. We're doing it.
They are, man. You just got to talk about it. You know, it's funny because we've had conversations at work and we have different opinions. I have a lot of different opinions than people here in Florida. And I promise you guys, I think extremely, well, I would say extremely. I'm probably more middle line conservative, but I also believe that what's right for one is right for all. And I may not believe what Tomcat says, but I believe we're in a country where he has every right to say what the fuck he wants to say, and I'm good with that. I'll call him stupid, and he'll call me a low info idiot, and that's fine. Then we go out and play basketball.
Low info idiot.
Well,
See?
but I do
And-
think that we should
We
all
do believe-
try to tone our
calm down.
100%.
craziness down
Agreed.
a little bit.
Agreed. And
all
I'm,
around,
I'm sorry.
if we could.
Live on the air, I'm
That
sorry
dumbass shit.
if I've ever insulted you. My apologies. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry if I ever insulted you.
I'm
You have.
hoping you
So
can.
thank you. Yeah.
Please,
That's
please
big
insult
enough.
him by the end of the show.
I will
Mike,
again.
This old sappy
I will,
shit,
I'm not.
you
No, no.
fuck.
I'm just trying to. What are you talking about,
The
Dick?
hell are you? Y'all-
You see, you're
you
look
wanna
at you.
hug it out? Y'all want to hug it out?
Stereotype.
Y'all want some,
That
some
stereotype
digital
is-
hugs
all
and
right.
likes.
Hey,
Look
Tomcat,
at
will
that.
you
That's what
give him a
want.
hug, man? Give him a hug.
Look at you up in
We're all wired up. I'll
He
wait till
was.
I get these
He
wired up.
wasn't
Yeah,
in love.
you two almost about to make out over here.
No,
What's
that's
going
not.
on?
It's a
He
love
know-
fest.
Hey, look, he knows he's a dick, but that's my boy. I love him, and you too. You guys are all
Hands
assholes.
outside. Get a haircut.
Yeah, and that's some real shit from
I
Pizza,
think
Pizza the Hut.
This next video, I think we can all agree that this rendition of the national anthem
Is the worst.
could go down as
Oh.
one
I
of the
haven't
worst.
heard
Yeah,
it.
yeah. From one American tragedy to another. Great show, dear Gentry.
It was the MLB All-Star Game. It seems like poor baseball. I didn't see a whole lot of headlines
At all.
about the All-Star Game.
It's garbage.
The only headline I saw was how terrible that the national anthem was for the home run derby. This woman Ingrid, or a young girl Ingrid, she claims
kid.
that she was
Young girl Ingrid.
She's young.
Yeah, I think her name is Ingrid.
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
her last name?
Let's go ahead and play the video.
First name, young girl.
Ingrid Andress, 4-time Grammy nominee.
Yeah.
Not terrible yet.
All right.
Ooh, there was a little hiccup.
That's that beer coming up.
That's cool that he got them all on their stars like that.
Yeah, it is very cool.
This is when the White Claw starts hitting.
She thought she was killing that shit too. I
She
bet.
did. Hell yeah. It's trying to sound sexy.
Beyonce.
Marilyn Monroe-ish.
Here's where it starts to get real bad, I think.
Uh-oh.
The fireworks didn't even want to go off.
dicks, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, fuck that.
The flag just fell down. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, God damn. It's
Big
about time
finish.
this bitch
I said,
finished.
I feel bad for these guys standing behind her that have to just stand there like that. You know they want to hit her over the head with something.
No, you want to laugh her ass off.
Or laugh or something. Oh my God.
Nah, she look like she is high as fuck. Look at her eyes, yo.
Oh my God.
She look fucked up.
She forgot the words. Oh my God.
And then she tried to church it up.
This is way worse than Roseanne. Because she's trying. Oh, bro. I want to feel bad for her, but girl, damn.
Nah.
Joe, she said she was drunk when it happened. She's going to rehab.
You can tell.
Good luck at rehab. Don't start drinking again.
Man.
It's
She
was-
not for you.
She
Holy
was,
cow.
She was more than drunk. Look, I've seen motherfuckers at karaoke kill that shit while they were drunk as hell.
I had
don't
a-
try-
She was not drunk.
Don't
I
try to
had a
use
drinking
rehab.
problem, so
You
I
be
know what
fucked
it
up.
is to ruin your best moments by
Yeah.
being drunk. When you're
Yeah.
a drunk, and I
true.
was and am,
They
but I
had,
don't drink anymore.
They had Cody Johnson sing for the game itself last night for you country music fans.
And he did good.
Cody did pretty good. You know, he doesn't have a lot of big range, but at least he kept it together, Cody. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, the problem with her is she had too much range. It was all over the place.
I mean, she had too much.
She was
to
off the
drink.
range.
Yeah, no,
She
yeah.
had too much to drink and smoke or whatever the hell. You could see on the side her face was all lopsided because she was like, "I am so lit."
She just snorted some crank.
Oh my God! So
Yeah,
don't start with
you
that.
get her
shit.
in, you
Our,
Yeah.
our
Crank
producers,
now.
Jordan and Jacob, they had never heard the rendition of Roseanne Barr because as soon as I heard,
Oh no!
as soon as I heard this rendition, it made me immediately think of Roseanne and
Yeah.
how bad hers was.
What a,
But she wasn't trying to be a good singer,
Right.
though.
No,
she was more trying to be
exactly.
funny.
She did hers on
Yes.
purpose.
And I still don't think it was as bad.
Let's roll it and
Let's
see if
see.
it says as bad. And if we can cue it up about halfway through because she really pours it on at the end. This would be the Roseanne, I believe, from 1990.
It's
Go
a
ahead
Cincinnati
and
game,
play
wasn't it?
this. If we can get the audio here. It's terrible audio here.
This is how we watched TV back then.
Oh, and then she grabs her crotch at the very
It
end. and
spits on the ground. That'll do
Damn.
it. That'll do it.
I love it.
I heard that they brought her back. Is that true that Roseanne is now back on the Roseanne show? You know how they took her off?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I've
know.
heard that
I-
they brought her back.
I thought I saw
don't
something
know.
like that, but I'm not totally sure.
But
I haven't
didn't
paid
they?
attention.
I thought she was killed off.
Well, they did because after the Trump
She
stuff
wasn't
with
going to
her,
be whatever she was
So she,
going through. Yeah.
so she a ghost on her own show now. That's great.
it was
I still
bad.
didn't
That
watch
was
it.
mean. They like killed her off and kept going with the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
Like, fuck.
Like, we're gonna call her Roseanne,
Hey, we
but
don't need
you
you,
have
bitch.
died.
I
Nice
have a
knowing ya.
story here. This came out back in March. Let's see if this says anything. The return of some classic Roseanne actors has come wondering if comedian Roseanne Barr will ever come back to play a role in The Conners. Despite plans for more Roseanne revival, I guess the show was The Conners was
It is.
greenlit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Season 6. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
I should have read this beforehand, but I don't see where she's back.
No.
But I did hear something about how they were going to try to bring her back because I think the ratings are not as good since she left.
I can
Obviously.
imagine they would be. Yeah.
Well, how many seasons are they in right now with
Maybe
the
like
Connors?
2 or 3,
I think they're on their 6th season
6.
6? Oh, they doing
of,
all right
of
then.
The Conners.
Yeah, they doing all right then.
That's pretty
Yeah,
long.
that's
That's longer
6
than I thought.
seasons?
Because I tried watching like the first 2 episodes, and it's like, all right, been there, done that. Like without her antics, it just doesn't feel like it's the same show.
Yeah, and plus, I think when you get to like the 6th season, then your show is automatically gonna like continue to play over and
Right.
over and over. And
Well, you got to
you get
understand
to earn
too.
those residuals. and shit.
DJ and the other kids are
Yeah.
adults now, and they have kids, so it's like it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
a different
So I
dynamic.
think they doing all right. They doing all right without her.
All right, let's move on to our final topic before we get to the news. I
This is
haven't
crazy.
played the video game yet, but
Oh, it was different.
the NCAA 25 is officially here, and we're 37 days away from college football from being here. Here's a little bit of footage from the game. Go Irish. There you go. Play like a
Boo.
champion today.
It
Knock
looks
it off.
better.
Is this real or this is the game?
This is
I know
the
it
game.
looks
It's a
better than the
game.
footage of the real game you played earlier from the old
Yeah, this is
basketball
the-
game.
And it's the entrance for like a lot of the
Holy
schools.
shit.
Oh, dude, this is the first time it's been back since
This is gonna get us
2013.
kicked off of YouTube or whatever, Facebook.
Why?
I'm sure.
You
Look
can't
at
play
that.
the video game, you think?
Well, probably that's what got
It's
us with
probably-
the other video game,
Well, it's just a promo. We just showing
Vice
promo.
City, whatever.
Yeah, Vice City, we showed that and they got upset.
got
but that
upset.
was before the footage came out. We had leaked footage.
We never worry about getting kicked
This
off. anyway,
isn't
so
leaked
good.
footage.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
out
this
to the
came out
public.
already?
Yeah, it just came out this week.
I want
The
to.
game is out now. You could buy
you
the game.
You can
now.
get it
No,
now.
that looks fun.
Hell yeah.
What
real
all
right
systems
there.
can you get it on? I have them all.
PlayStation, Xbox.
Which one would you guys suggest?
PlayStation.
What's the best one to get it on?
I've always been a
I say
Get you a
PlayStation person.
PlayStation?
PS, whatever it's on right
Just
now.
whatever you
Five.
the
prefer.
5.
Is it?
Yeah, my
Okay,
kids got the
you know they
PS5s.
changed like freaking iPhones.
They do.
To me,
And
it's
my
all
sons
about
have
the
like
controller.
the last 3.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's all about the controller. Totally.
You're either a PlayStation controller or
or
you're
or
Xbox.
Xbox. Yep.
Yeah, you,
I could
Okay.
take either one. They're
I-
pretty even. To
I
be
don't
honest.
like the Xbox controller.
I
It's
I don't
too big.
think.
like- I
Which
like-
one
I
would
like
you
the-
guys say is the most user friendly?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Yes.
PlayStation.
It's like it fits in your
Yeah,
hand
it's-
perfectly
Okay.
to me.
They got it right the first time, and they just made it more awesome. Like,
Okay.
Damn it! I wasn't even going to buy it. Now I got to get a PS5 now.
Yeah, they're not as expensive as they were when they first came
No.
out. I think they've
No.
been out for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, no, they're pretty affordable.
One
According
more.
to my
Let's
wife.
get to one more quick story. We have time for one more. Did you guys see what happened at the Hard Rock Stadium?
I
No.
did. I was watching that. Looks like there was a soccer game and
Yeah.
Yeah,
football
tomorrow,
game.
Copa
Football.
America-
And
Copa
people got
America.
so crazy to get in. The tickets were like $2,000 that they just
Damn.
started busting into the stadium and from all directions.
They broke in.
Was
Look
this
at
in
that.
South America?
Well, no, here's the
No,
thing.
Miami.
It was in Miami.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, is this in South
so,
America?
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I got it.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because those of you who
Ron
don't know
Brown.
what Copa America is, it's like a World Cup, but for North and South America. But so teams from the United States, which we got beat early,
Of course.
Canada, Mexico, all the Central America countries and South America, and we all compete for this cup. It's just like they doing the same thing over in Europe. It's really fucking dope. The thing is, it shouldn't have been in
Wow.
Miami in the first place because Miami, it was just for show. But they should have, if you're gonna have it in the United States, put it in somewhere like Houston or LA or somewhere they can actually handle it, and people not get crazy because the United States is not used to hosting this like that. And if they can't handle this, listen, we got the World Cup coming in, I think, a year or two to the North America, and we hosting a lot of matches. I've been to the World Cup. If they can't handle this, we are, and this is gonna be worse.
In defense of Miami, I see this happen at soccer matches all the time.
There's a phrase you don't hear a
seems like-
lot in defense of Miami.
It seems
Not out of him.
it seems as though you see this overseas quite a bit, where the fans get really rowdy. I once saw fans charging the field, and then people got smashed into the gates and died at soccer games. So it's soccer games get wild.
Right, but the excuse me, soccer is the biggest sport in the world, and plus it's been around longer than any of our sports. They play soccer everywhere.
All right, who's smacking over there?
Tommy,
Is
the
that
news guy.
The news guy's smacking. I think he's eating an edible of some
Yes.
kind
It's gone.
Yes.
just before his news.
Diet smoke.
Gotta get ready, you know what I'm saying?
This news is being brought to you by Liquid IV. Stay hydrated all summer long. Get all the nutrients and 3 times the hydration of most of and all of actually the other sports drinks out there. 3 times the hydration. Hydration's good for the skin. It's good for your mood. It's good for your attitude. Make sure you stay hydrated by going to liquidiv.com, and at checkout, use our promo code OUTCAST and save money. Tomcat, what's going on in the not-so-good news?
Well, thank you, Gentry. It is July 17th, 2024. We got Luke Bryant's birthday today. He's 48 years old. We got David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff. He turned 72. On this day back in 2020, American civil rights leader and politician John Lewis died, which is sad. And he had helped lead the march on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama during the civil rights movement. On this day back in 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 crashed in separatist-held territory. 298 people died, and it was shot down by a Russian-made surface-to-air missile. 1998, United Nations completed the statute establishing the International Criminal Court, which began sitting 4 years later. That's the court that's going after Israel right now for prosecuting the war in Gaza.
Oh wow!
Wow.
And yeah, they
Crazy.
got charges. Another crazy thing is on this day, it wasn't a good day for airliners because also on this day back in 1996, TWA Flight 800 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off of Long Island, killing
Remember that.
230 people on board.
Crazy.
And they thought that it might have also been shot down by a missile.
I
That's
remember
crazy. 1995, Disneyland opened in California. 1995. Today is National Hot Dog Day. Hot Dog Day.
Who are the hot dog?
National Lottery Day. Buy a ticket.
That's cool, Bo.
World Emoji Day. National Tattoo Day. Show your tattoos. I'd show the stamp, but I'm sitting down.
Yeah, thank God.
For real. You don't want to see
All right,
that.
my first story is watch this man attempt the longest slackline record across the sea.
Ooh, what's that mean?
Slackline athlete.
What?
You can turn on the sound. Go ahead.
What the hell's wrong with him?
What the hell is he doing?
Stupid.
Miles on a piece of fabric less than an inch wide, according to Reuters.
2.2 miles across the ocean on a piece of fabric 2 inches wide. He almost made it without falling, but he did fall.
Talk about needing attention.
He's hooked to it, so when he falls, he catches himself. Watch, they're gonna show him fall right before he comes off.
Can he get back on and finish the way?
he got back on. Here goes.
Oh, wow.
Woo! I'm like shit, mama fucking pants right there.
So
Yeah.
he had something connecting him.
Yeah, he had that blue thing. That
Of
blue
course,
thing.
of course.
And he
Thing had
finished.
that.
Yeah, he finished. But
Good.
he didn't get he got the record. I don't think he got the record because he fell.
Right.
But he was the only person to ever
finish
cross
it,
the ocean
sure.
on a piece of dental
Okay,
floss.
that's cool.
All right, the new kid on the block in robot security is actually a chick, and her name is Athena. India's first AI-powered surveillance and security robot, Athena, by Cody Technology Ltd. This is the future of security and surveillance right here, folks.
Oh, hell no.
Get ready.
Looks scary.
This thing has AI.
Marvel, designed to cater to a multitude of environments. Shopping malls, life-saving hospitals, school and college, and secure parking areas.
Some of the things this thing can do, it's got 360-degree Ultra HD recording, live two-way audio communication, precise AI-powered detection for unmatched security. It's got facial recognition, automatic license plate recognition, infrared thermal camera.
Can it roll a joint?
It cannot roll a joint.
Yeah,
All right, my
I'm not
next
buying
one.
it.
It turns
Robots
into
are
a
coming. Here's my
Terminator.
next one. This one's a robotic chauffeur. Are you ready to trust your next ride to a robotic chauffeur? Meet Musashi, the humanoid robot that
Offensive.
can drive a car.
Oh, see.
Can it chop up a line?
I keep telling y'all. this
Developing
AI
driverless
shit,
cars
I
is
don't
an
like
incredibly complex challenge, as companies like Tesla and Google have discovered these vehicles need to perceive their surroundings and
got that?
physically control the car without human input.
It's fundamental.
This dude has a creepy face, though, don't you think?
He does.
He's only able to ride at about 6 miles an hour right now.
For right now.
So he's Asian?
Yeah, he's like an old
Oh,
lady.
see,
He can only go
look at
very
that.
slow right
Look at
now.
that.
Is his
But,
blinker on?
Oh, God.
Golf carts sold separately.
He could drive in Fort Myers.
All right, this story doesn't have a video, but yesterday an armed man in a ski mask was arrested while approaching the Republican National Convention perimeter in Milwaukee. Man had an AK-47 pistol, a ski
Damn.
mask, and a tactical bag full of magazines.
Was it Kanye
The
West?
The 21-year-old suspect, initially observed looking suspicious again,
Oh.
was stopped and found to be carrying a concealed firearm without a permit.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Good
dumbass.
Lord.
Gosh,
And this happened.
this
This
is
arrest took
terrible.
place a day before a man allegedly armed with knives was shot and killed just outside the convention's perimeter in downtown Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Journal said.
I heard about that.
Reporting that suspect was killed by 5 police officers from Columbus, Ohio. When he deployed, he whipped out knives and went after him with a couple knives, and they shot him.
Wow.
What do you think?
look.
The Umbrella Academy?
Next
at
story.
this.
That's a little more fun. Drake's house flooded. That's fun. Drake's house flooded this week from torrential rains in the greater Toronto area.
Oh, they're getting
This
bad,
is
huh?
actually a video of Drake right here. He's filming. That's him with a broom. And he texts, "This better be espresso martini," he put on his post. He's got 4 inches of rain. For us, that's an afternoon storm here.
Yeah, what the hell's that all about? Dude.
Yep.
Oh, God. He better not try to diss nobody else. They going to clown him just for that.
Big time.
Next up here, Pop Smoke's gravesite has been vandalized. His casket was dragged out. Over the weekend, someone
no.
desecrated
hate him.
the gravesite of
Damn.
slain rapper Pop Smoke. Got some videos of his gravesite here. You see it smashed
It's like a
in the
mausoleum.
mausoleum.
Okay. My dad's in one of those.
Yep. Eyewitness, who was also groundskeeper, said that the door-looking thing seemed to be a concrete slab that presumably sit over Smoke's casket. So his casket's like right there.
Inside. yeah.
Next up, Curve Fest in Miami happened this Sunday at Naomi's Restaurant and Lounge in Northwest Miami. Curve Fest in Miami is committed to celebrating the beauty and strength of every body, regardless of size and shape. We stand against fat shaming and strive to create a platform where body positivity thrives. Let's get some sound on this.
Look at that
They're
back
jamming.
fat over there.
And what's this
Back fat.
called?
It's called
All right,
Kerfest.
All right, Gentry. That's what we're not
Kerfest?
supposed to do. They're jamming out to some soca. Uh-oh. There goes the real shit right there.
Oh, no. Oh,
Come on.
no.
You know you want to be there, dog.
Where's
No,
Richard
I
Simmons when you need him? These girls
You're a
need
dick.
they need to sweat
Will
to the
you
oldies.
stop? Who's the rapper?
Flow Rider, it looks like.
Nope.
I don't know who that is.
No, it's not. More soca.
Hey,
They're having fun. They're having fun. Shouts out to
Yeah,
Sorty
why y'all
Doo-Wop.
being
Sorty
hating?
Doo-Wop
Y'all
posted
hating?
this video. That's
She
my
did.
girl. She
Sure
was
did.
actually there. She's in this video. She pops
Nice.
up in a second. That looks fun.
Yeah, they're having a good
And
time.
my last
man. That's
story.
cool.
Yeah, that's all. They kicking it.
Caves on the Moon. A group of scientists unearthed a rare discovery about caves on the moon. There's at least one cave that couldn't house humans when we get to the moon. Here is a video of the cave.
Not if the aliens don't let us. Oh,
I think that's Star Wars.
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait a minute now.
No, this
Let's
is the
see.
cave.
that's going to alien butt.
It's not a cave, he said.
It's not a cave. It is not. Oh,
That look like shark teeth.
it's Meg Griffin.
Oh, that CGI is unbelievable.
You should have showed the Meg Griffin one when they did it on Family Guy. It would have been great.
Yeah, man. Scientists told USA Today discovery could lead to prolonged human moon landings in the future. They'll be chilling in the cave. Hopefully that thing's not in there when they get there still.
I've been barking
That's
up
the
that,
news.
I've been barking up that tree for 20 years. There's no moon visits for me,
The
buddy.
moon is actually
You
an
just
alien.
use your fleshlight as a cave.
I tried.
Yeah, you do. You do. You love it.
Has anybody used a flashlight on the show?
No. We should get one. Can we get a sponsor?
Oh, fleshlight sponsor. Okay. Now you're asking for we got to use it on the show.
That's hilarious. That's what you're for.
Oh,
You're a
God.
street goon.
Oh,
No,
man.
no.
Oh, no. No.
No.
No. No.
That's gonna do it.
Not
for-
unless it's got like music and it like lights up and I'm just kidding.
That's it for this
Oh,
week's
God,
episode
yeah.
123.
Oh, no.
What are you guys playing back there?
Hey, what? Yeah. What?
Somebody wanted a deal. He talking about flashlights and dildos and
You guys started
anal
the conversation.
gloves
I'm
What
hoping
kind of lotions
I'm
you
hoping we
use?
can all come together. You know, it is time for us to all come together as a humanity.
Yes.
Let's all try to get along, like Rodney King said once.
I love you
Pizza
guys.
Hut.
Yes.
and- Or you can get a.
That's me.
that
Hey,
Ramo?
you can actually see his mouth underneath it in that picture. Look,
Or
see?
you get a
I
Wisconsin.
never noticed that before.
You get a
It's one of my
Wisconsin
favorite
blowout.
characters.
Let's go.
Is he a deep dish?
Oh,
I think so.
Disgusting.
We're out of here. We're out of here, and we're going ludicrous speed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
into the pizza.
So long.
So long.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah.
Comb the desert.
On the environment.